Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
Thank you for joining us. Together, we are Backyard Musings. And I'm still in Utah.
And I'm still in Apple Valley, and we are the Science and Technology channel.
Okay, vitamins support immunity, but supplements aren't a guaranteed defense against infection. Our bodies rely on a full spectrum of vitamins to grow, repair, and keep our cells working properly, especially the ones that power our immune system. When we don't get enough of these essential nutrients, our ability to fight off infections can take a serious hit. So, can taking vitamin supplements give our immune defenses a real boost? It's a great question, but the answer isn't so clear cut. Research shows mixed results when it comes to vitamins and their role in fighting infections. What we do know is that good nutrition matters, but even the healthiest people still get sick. Vitamins help, but they're only one piece of the puzzle when it comes to staying well. Would you like to know more?
There's a reason why the word vitamin invokes images of crunchy greens and ripe fruits. Fresh and whole foods are vitamin powerhouses and where people ideally get most of their supply. Bacteria also produce vitamins, thus contributing to the body's micronutrient repository. But vitamins don't just come from bacteria, they also support the immune system's ability to respond to these and other microbes. This includes strengthening the body's physical and biochemical barriers, as well as promoting the differentiation of proliferation and function of innate and adaptive immune cells. Really? Okay.
Vitamins A and D, for example, are involved in the formation of epithelial tissue lining the skin, gut, and respiratory tract and ensure a tight seal between cells. Vitamin E enhances antibody production. So I didn't know that. Vitamin A and D. Maybe I need to start taking vitamin A and D. Vitamin E enhances antibody production. So
Drink
I
milk.
get vitamin E from the VA. They send it to me.
Drink milk.
Whereas vitamin C modulates the production of cytokines by immune cells.
Drink milk. Vitamin A and vitamin D are in milk.
Oh, okay. You just need to drink icy milk.
Yeah. Chocolate milk.
Yeah,
Lee's Dairy.
that's right.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
All right. Let's see. Where are we at here? Vitamins also aid in T cell development and responses, augment the ability of macrophages to gobble up microbial invaders and shape the gut microbiota. Okay. Which depending on its composition can prevent colonization of pathogens. That doesn't sound good.
That doesn't sound good. The contribution of vitamins to immune system function has implications for infection susceptibility and outcome. People with vitamin insufficiencies or deficiencies, which occur for many reasons, including limited access to nutritious foods, may be more at risk of severe infections.
For instance, there is some evidence supporting a relationship between serum vitamin D levels and COVID-19. That was one of vitamin D3 was one of the concoction that you could take to ease that COVID, along with some other stuff. But yeah, I remember that. With lower concentrations associated with greater disease severity and mortality. Other research indicates that children with vitamin A deficiency, which is prevalent in low and middle income countries, I'm not quite getting that, but not in high income nations like the US, have a higher risk of severe and potentially fatal measles and diarrhea.
Wow. Fatal diarrhea.
Well,
Wow.
you what happens there? You become dehydrated, right? You can
Yeah. Yeah.
Dehydration is a big deal.
Yeah. The trajectory of infections by HIV, human papillomavirus, and Clostridioides difficile, among other pathogens, also have ties to vitamin levels. Heightened immune activity during infection can exacerbate vitamin deficiencies, which may further hinder immune responses.
The data are not all in agreement, however. Variability between study design, quality, population, and outcomes means that one study may find a link between a given vitamin and infection, while another will find no association.
As a result, while it is apparent that vitamins are critical for immune function and at some level are involved in infection, the nuances of that involvement for different vitamins, pathogens, and people are unclear.
What constitutes low or suboptimal levels of vitamins, particularly as they relate to immune function, is also a bit hazy. Many people do not meet the recommended dietary allowance, the RDA, for one or more vitamins. However, having a slightly lower than recommended vitamin level is not the same as having severely reduced levels, the latter of which is more robustly connected to negative health outcomes.
Yeah. How long must someone's levels be before their immune system is impacted? Do RDA values promote optimized immune responses in addition to preventing other health problems? The answers, which may vary depending on the person and situation, require additional investigation.
Uh, there are cases when using supplements to boost someone's vitamin levels is beneficial for reducing infection severity, particularly in individuals with an overt deficiency. Yet, this practice must also be viewed through a nuanced lens. Take measles and vitamin A as an example.
The World Health Organization recommends that children with measles receive 2 doses of vitamin A supplements 24 hours apart to restore levels that may be depleted during infection. There is evidence that this dosing regimen reduces morbidity and mortality in high-risk children less than 2 years of age in lower middle income countries where vitamin A deficiency is common. While the WHO recommendations span the world, vitamin A supplementation may not confer the same benefit in all regions.
For instance, a study in over 100 hospitalized children in Italy found that vitamin A did not reduce the duration of fever, length of hospitalization, or organic hematologic complications. Uh, that so, I okay. Well, that's a lot of kids, and it didn't help by giving them vitamin A. That's interesting, and I wouldn't consider Italy to be a low income or uh, poverty stricken country, right? I mean, it's kind of,
Yeah,
you think it's
I mean,
borderline?
European, I mean,
Okay. The authors concluded that vitamin A administration does not change the clinical course of measles infection or the rate of complications in children hospitalized in a high income country. Hmm.
the mixed efficacy of vitamin supplementation extends to other infections too. Despite data indicating that low vitamin D is associated with worse infection outcomes, there is insufficient evidence to suggest that supplementation helps combat COVID 19 or other viral respiratory infections. Some research indicates that vitamin C supplementation is associated with a reduced risk of developing a cold. Yeah, that's my mom always told me that.
Yeah, I chew on vitamin C's, but if I feel a cold coming on, yeah, I
Yeah.
start. Yeah, so. However, depending on the study, the association is linked to exposure to extreme physical stress, um, example like running marathons, sex, or having inadequate starting vitamin C levels. Its broad efficacy is clear. Ultimately, evidence supporting supplements as tools in infection care is contextual and often conflicting. Experts in the field note that larger, randomly controlled trials in diverse populations are needed to better understand if, when, and how supplements can and should be administered.
What is known is that when supplements are used improperly, they can do more harm than good.
Hmm.
Some vitamins, like vitamin A, are fat soluble. They are stored in the liver, fatty tissue, and muscle, while others, such as B vitamins, are water soluble. They are not stored in the body, and excess is eliminated as waste. Consuming too much of either type leads to negative consequences.
Overdosing on vitamin A, for instance, can result in organ damage, vertigo, bone thinning, and more. Vitamin A toxicity has been an issue in recent measles outbreaks as some children were given the vitamin at home in an effort to prevent infection. Uh, and it says vitamin A cannot prevent measles, only MMR vaccine can.
Water-soluble vitamins are generally less toxic, but excessive intake can still cause side effects such as diarrhea, stomach cramps, and potentially kidney stones, as seen with vitamin C. Those are painful. It is a good idea to consult with a healthcare professional before taking supplements to avoid these and other unpleasant or dangerous effects. Getting enough vitamins through diet or, in certain circumstances, supplements is important for all facets of health, including giving the immune system a boost and ensuring it runs smoothly.
But while vitamins and general nutrition are necessary, they represent a small piece of the puzzle that determines infection, susceptibility, and severity. Many internal and external factors, ranging from age to environmental conditions, come into play. Because of this, promoting individual and collective health relies on more than ABCs of vitamins.
Indeed, vitamin A can't prevent measles, but a vaccine can. Vitamins can't prevent the spread of airborne pathogens, though creating spaces with adequate air filtration and ventilation is a step in the right direction. Vitamins can't tell us which pathogens are circulating and at what levels. Thankfully, wastewater surveillance systems are great at that.
Yeah. The point is that vitamins have a place in infection mitigation and management, but they are not the whole toolbox. Using and ensuring the continued availability of other tools with strong track records in infection control, like vaccines, is essential for combating disease. Yeah, I'm not an anti vaccine guy. I mean, I had vaccines when I was growing up, and I've been pretty fortunate when it comes to those diseases that we had to deal with back in the 50s and the 60s. So, and I think we've come a long way, right? In cleanliness and hygiene and just overall better living, better water. I know we talked about water already, but it's a it's a factor. We got to take care of things. We got to filter our water. We got to watch what we're putting in the ground. We got to watch what we're putting in our body. So it's all part of what do they call it? The whole toolbox, I guess. So, but good story.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you on the next one.
Yep. Take care. Thank you.